Hi, I'm Suze Evans, a student journalist at the University of Georgia. Recently, I got the chance to talk to Emi McCollum, founder and lead of the indie pop band Evelia. First, I asked Emi about her early days as a musician and why she's so passionate about music.
When I was a kid, I wrote songs. I had like a little ladybug box that I just would like write stupid songs in, and so I would write like lyrics and hum little tunes and like my voice memos from all of my phones, dating back to like being a child when I guess I had an iPod or whatever. Like whenever I could make a voice memo of songs, I guess I started first with songwriting and singing. I That's a hard question. I love music for a lot of different reasons that I probably can't name and do justice naming, but like the way that music connects people I think is really powerful. Like whether you're going to a live show or you're listening to a song in your room by yourself and the lyrics kind of speak to you, or the like music's kind of sad. Like I like sadder music, so just like it makes you feel something. That sounds so corny when I'm saying it, but like that's why I like wanted to make it.
Emi and I discussed how she was adopted, but also how she felt that this did not significantly impact her identity. She instead credits the love and support of her family for giving her the confidence to create her own identity, specifically in the music scene.
I am adopted, and I think that it's hard for me to say whether it influenced my life or my musical interests, because there's like no way to know, oh, what if you weren't, then what would have happened? So I think it's just because like this is the only thing I've known. It's probably impacted me in ways, but it's like a little bit difficult to dissect what those parts might be. I guess like it's great that I have a really supportive mom and I have a really supportive family in general. My mom and my sister come to my shows. My mom listens to my music and wants to like know about my projects, and even though like we don't necessarily share music as something we make together or like something that they also have interest in pursuing, that'd be strange if we all wanted to pursue music. It's nice that they're like there for me and want to hear my stuff, and I don't think being adopted is like a crucial part of my identity.
I next asked Emi what her experience has been like as an Eastern Asian woman musician in a music scene that is often dominated by white men.
I am really appreciative that you've noticed that. It feels like sometimes that people don't notice that, or don't want to talk about the fact that a lot of the music artists in Athens are white and happen to be men. It's like strange being in that like environment and almost like being conditioned to not think about it as much. It's like something that you do as like a person of color. Not that it's like I'm extremely oppressed being like a Eastern Asian like woman, but it's like you just like notice, you kind of take a mental account of like the space you're in, just like to be aware. You just like take a look around and see. Doesn't like negatively affect my ability to enjoy the music. Like I'm still able to appreciate really good talent and really good songs, and I'm jamming, I'm out there dancing away. But it's also at the same time like I would love to see other people who are like me or who like have, I guess, similar experiences where they can like also be like, I'm pursuing music, I love to songwrite too.
Emi told me about an experience she had running into another woman in the music scene who also happened to be Eastern Asian.
I had like just played and I was about to leave, and she was like, also, I believe she's Eastern Asian, and she was like, I haven't seen anyone else at shows like this. Like, I'm sure like UGA has, it's not, there isn't like a total lack of Asian representation at UGA, though it is smaller than the white population, but like you'd walk around campus, you'll see like some Asian people here and there, but like specifically in the music scene, she was like, I haven't seen anybody out here that's like Eastern Asian, or that like is Eastern Asian and playing the music and not just attending. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you're bringing that up, because it just feels nice to be to take, for people to take note of it. It's not like I want to be like a special like token musician, but like not talking about it either feels bad too. Like no one's been curbing me from entering the music scene, but it's just like a different sort of emotional connection that you can make with people who can recognize you from their perspective, and it's you're similar enough that it feels exciting. Like it's like, who knew we'd both be here?
Emi and I talked about how the scene, as well as people, can often stick to one genre, thus limiting them from the opportunity to hear new sounds from new people.
The genre of music that's really popular is like Southern rock. Like that tends to be, if I'm passing like one of the more popular bars downtown, it's like, what are they playing? Possibly Sweet Home Alabama. Like, like it's like, like I don't know. And that genre's been popular for forever, and it's like it makes sense why everybody knows the words. Everyone wants to like be able to sing along and know the song, and I get that. But it's also like I sometimes wish people had a greater threshold for like listening to new things. That's a separate conversation too, but like a lot of people, once they hit like their 20s and 30s, they stop listening to new music. It's like scientifically proven. There's been studies that you kind of grow accustomed to what you like. You grew up listening to it, and then you kind of stop. Your ability to like learn new sounds like stops, and you just, other sounds are like, I don't like it. Like that's not my type of music, which is like, I get it. That's how our brains form, but also it would be neat if like more people were like, I don't have to listen to country rock right now. I can listen to a new artist's like music and like hear them out and see if I like it actually on any other level, like the lyrics or the performance or even like some sonic melodies that might still like tickle them pink. I think Athens could really benefit from just like a wider variety of music from a wider variety of people. And I'm sort of being a little hypocritical, I guess, because if it's a band that I haven't heard of, or that they're maybe like not my favorite genre, I might be less inclined to like go out to their show or like support them or figure out what they're about. But I think like that's something I should work on, and maybe that's something everyone should work on, is like, for the people that are like diehard music fans, I'm not like every person has to go to every show. Like having just multiple backgrounds, multiple perspectives in an art form is like, that's just gonna give you a wider range of things people can relate to. It's not like a movie or like a book or like a painting that you go to a museum for. I think music is like a little bit more accessible on a daily basis, and I think that like constantly listening to like white voices literally is like, maybe let's take a step and like think about what that is doing. I don't know.
I next asked Emi if she ever experiences men treating her differently because of her gender in the music scene.
Oh yeah, like as a life thing, yeah. Like every time I do anything, it's a little bit, there's like a layer of a filter of like, you're just a girl. You're just doing it to be cute and silly. And I think I've like talked to some other women in the music industry about it before, and like sometimes there's just like little microaggression type of comments where a guy will just like make it sound easier than it is, like about either getting a gig or like getting traction. Like there's just not as much perspective for them to see like maybe some of the barriers that women are facing separate from what they've gone through. So it's like just little comments that suck sometimes to hear.
Lastly, Emi told me how she'd like to see the Athens music scene change.
I think I really do love Athens, and even though it's not the most diverse town, I have had a lot of fun playing music, meeting people. I just wish that the ceiling maybe wasn't the Georgia Theater, that it could grow past that it could have more pockets of diverse artists and diverse sounds. And I don't think it's impossible. Like I think every year Athens gets more diverse, the more people that come to UGA, that come to Athens as for the town itself. And it's not going to be New York any day soon, but I think like it's worth working on. It's worth investing in Athens and trying to be like growing to something more.